of the traits that we must have in our character to want people to put a position to follow us is this. Not only be persuasive, but you've got to have the character quality of endurance. They know when they look at you that you will endure hardship for their sake. Be a soldier. Next, we're told, have the attitude or the character of an athlete. An athlete is one who is faithful to one's area of responsibility. That's where we exercise the character quality of determination. I define that as purposing to accomplish my goals on time, regardless of the opposition. Regardless of the opposition, I'm going to accomplish my goal. That's the character of an athlete. That's the character of a character-based leader. Have the attitude as an athlete. Determination is one of our character qualities that will put people in a position to want to choose to follow us because we're influencing their behavior by our modeling. Remember, their morale is based upon three things: our vision, our character, and our example. We need to be the example of the athlete. We need to be the example of the soldier. And we need to be the example of the teacher. Next, we need to be the example of a farmer. A farmer is one who works with a long-term vision. Now, that's where we demonstrate the character quality of patience. That's accepting a difficult situation without demanding a time frame to be removed. Patience is accepting the situation in which you find yourself without demanding a time frame to have it be removed. You see, that's the way the farmer operates. He doesn't always have good weather. And so what he is, he's very patient. He knows that if I plant my crops and I water my crops and I till the soil and I nurture the crops, I will end up getting the result that I want, and it may not necessarily be easy. And so I've got to be patient with all the many things that I do, because my long-range vision says this: if I am patient, the fruit of my work will come out of the ground and I will benefit from my labor. That's patience. It's the long-range vision of saying this: I'm going to endure what I need to endure without demanding a hardship. The example that Greg Waller gave. He hung in there in the early stages of his business development. You see, that was the exercising of a character-based leader who was modeling for his people what it meant to be the character quality of patience. And now as a farmer, he's now enjoying the benefits of a 20% growth on a monthly basis in his business. You see, that's leadership. That's influencing the behavior of people. Next, a workman. We need to model the right commitment to excellence. Don't pursue success. The only thing that success leads to is failure. Because once you reach the top, the only thing you can go is go down. Pursue excellence. Because success is not how high you reach, it's how quickly you rebound once you've hit bottom. That's success. That's a function of your excellence. You can be excellent on the way up and excellent on the way down, and when you are excellent on the way down, you're going to bounce up higher, and that makes you successful. Don't teach your people to be successful. Teach them to pursue excellence, because that's what a workman does. That's diligence. It's visualizing each task as a special assignment and using all my efforts to accomplish it. We need to model what it means to be a diligent leader, a diligent workman. My senior year at Navy, when I was playing football against Notre Dame, we were at South Bend getting ready for the game on Friday. And I was the starting quarterback at that game my senior year, and we were warming up to play Notre Dame the next day. And I was over here on the right-hand side throwing 40-yard bombs with my wide receivers and running backs, and my friend Bill, who played defensive end, was standing at the 50-yard line. He took a piece of chalk, and he just drew a square. And then he stepped in it. And then he started looking around. Well, I'm over here working out pretty hard. He's standing there looking at a piece of ground. So out of curiosity, I went over and I said, "Bill, what are you doing?" He said, "I'm getting ready for game tomorrow." I said, "By doing what?" He says, "I'm visualizing my assignment." And I said, "Well, what's that?" And he said, "My assignment tomorrow, Bruce, is this. When they run the green bay sweep and they pull both their guards and their center and lead with the fullback, my one task is this: don't let them move me from that piece of ground. Because if I do that, Gene will get the tackle. You see, my job isn't to get the tackle. My job is to fulfill my responsibility, my assignment, which is unique on our defensive alignment, and that is do not let them move me off that piece of terra firma. That's diligence. It's visualizing each task as a special assignment and using all your efforts to accomplish it. Now, when our linebacker Gene got the award for being the defensive most valuable player, he called Bill up to the stage and took the certificate and tore it in half and said, Bill, this half belongs to you because I could never have done my assignment if you hadn't done yours. That's diligence. That's the example that we need to see in our lives that will cause people to want to follow you, and therefore you will influence their behavior because you're modeling for them diligence. You're modeling what it means to be an excellent worker. Next we see the next character quality picture for us is a vessel. And this requires one's values are on the inside. It's like my dad told me, what makes the blue suit attractive is what's on the inside. You see, our value and our worth is on the inside. It's not what we achieve on the outside. Our value and our worth as believers is because of what we receive. And therein lies our worth and our value. And we need to realize that I need to take care of what's inside of me just as much as I need to exercise leadership on the outside with other people. And so that requires the character quality of virtue. We need to be the examples of virtue as character-based leaders. I define that as learning to establish standards which others desire become more morally excellent. You set a standard by which people begin to say, why are you like that? How do you do that? How come you're like that? It's what John was saying. In a bad economy, you buy when the stock market goes south. That's when you distinguish yourself. You see, one of the traits of a character-based leader is that we distinguish ourselves by our own personal virtue, our own moral excellence, and that's a model for other people to want to choose to do the same, or at least ask you the question, why are you the way you are? Wonderful opportunities to then to say, let me tell you the hope that's within me. That's what Ian does. He helps people know how to do that when that question is asked. Lastly, a servant. A servant is one who is not resentful of the task that they're given. They don't resent this task they're given, the assignments they have. That's where we demonstrate the character quality of humility. That's realizing that which is perfect and realizing I can't achieve it. That's humility. It's understanding what is absolutely perfect and knowing that I can't achieve that. That's humility. Humility is the basis of our confidence. It's not our degrees. It's not our experience. It's not our skills. It's not our strengths. Those are all useful that will help us. But really, as a believer, what gives us confidence in the workplace is this, humility. Because you know this, I can't change anything. The great sin of my life is thinking I can make the difference. And when I got over that, the ego-centeredness of thinking that I could make a difference. My whole life, prior to my conversion, was based upon one more push-up. If the coach said do 10 push-ups, I did 12 because 2 more would make a difference. If he said run 500-yard dashes, I would do 6 because I knew this. What I did would make a difference. And the Lord was pleased to break me of that and realize humility is seeing what is perfect. And that's me, not you. And you can't achieve that. You can receive that and get credit for it, but you can't achieve it. That's what gives us our confidence, because you can say, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. But I'm trusting you, and I know this. You will never leave me. I am not alone. Do the best you can and trust Christ with the rest. That's my business career. I am not a business person. My degrees are engineering and theology. I just have the privilege of being paid by a bank. And there's so many times I'm asked to do something that I have no idea what I'm doing. And I say, all right, Lord, I'm just going to do it because I'm confident in your ability, not in mine. So here's our model. A teacher of truth, a soldier with endurance, an athlete with determination, a farmer with patience, a workman with diligence, a vessel with virtue, a servant with humility. You will model these character qualities as a character-based leader.